Hey guys, it's Bearded Texan here, and I am starting a vlog series. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, but there's just been a lot going on that's prevented me from family issues to just being busy with my kiddo to dealing with pain and all of that, all the above. But I am ready to go. I'm excited, and we are going to start today. So what's been going on? Man, so much has been going on. I've been dealing with my father. He is not been doing well. He has a condition that started about 15 years ago called MS, multiple sclerosis. Now, there's several different kinds of MS, but the kind he has is the kind that hits and stays, and it's a deteriorating type of condition. So once it started, it just started to go down, and now he is in a facility being cared for 24 hours a day. So it's been pretty rough because his mental faculties are not what they once were. He can't control his bowels. He's not comfortable. He always talks about wanting to die, and he just wishes he was dead. And, that's hard. So I've been dealing with that. Also, it's summer, and due to my own chronic pain and the fact that I am not working, I have been spending time with my kiddo, Reagan. Say hi, Reagan. This is her. This is my light, my precious little girl. She's 6 years old. She just finished kindergarten, and so she's in the summer break before her first grade year. Isn't that right, babe? Haven't we been having fun, kiddo? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me finish my video, okay? Just try something else for now, okay? We've been having a lot of fun, but it's tough because of the limitations that I have because I hurt so bad. So we have to, spread stuff out and have lots of breaks. And luckily, the water park seems to be okay for me if I can kind of float, and the water helps my nerves. So what is my pain? Why am I suffering from chronic pain? Well, let's kind of review that a little bit. I am a 3-time testicular cancer survivor, which, I survived, thank goodness. But the downside to that fight and struggle was the chemotherapy and the radiation that I went through. And unfortunately, it caused some side effects, specifically peripheral neuropathy. So I have real bad pain in my feet and my legs and my hips, my lower back. The sciatica nerve is extremely painful. My hands and my arms. But they're the least of all, but they also are stiff and they hurt. So walking is really hard. Sitting up like I'm sitting in this chair is really hard. A recliner is okay. The bed is okay. Nothing's great. I hurt pretty much all the time. The way I equate it is it's like someone took all my nerves out, dipped them in acid. So they ripped off all the covers and then they put them back in my body. So it's like they're just exposed to everything. And so they hurt all the time. and it feels like my feet, like I am walking on rocks, like a cobblestone, or like a non-paved driveway that just has the rocks, but I'm barefoot. So that's what it feels like. It's just, it sucks. But I do have a spinal cord stimulator, and the spinal cord stimulator provides some relief. And then I also take oxycodone for pain. And so between the two, I can function. But it keeps me from like a 10 in pain, and it makes it more like a 5 or a 6. So I still have a lot of pain, and I'm still suffer a lot throughout the day, but it's bearable as long as I plan it out and I allow myself time to rest. So that gets me on to how we plan when you're dealing with a chronic pain situation. You have to plan. You have to plan your day. You have to plan your week. You have to plan everything, because you have a certain amount that you can do. I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around a little bit, but I just want to bring everybody up to speed on what the chronic pain is like. And then we can kind of talk about, daily activities, what I've done. And that's kind of what I want this to be. So when you're dealing with chronic pain, you have to plan everything out. You have to put yourself some breaks. But there's only so much you're going to be able to do before the pain gets too bad and you can't catch up. You have to try to stay ahead of the curve. So we're going to talk a little bit about the spoon theory, and we're going to talk about a little bit about what chronic pain does to your body. So when you're tired, you take oxycodone, which makes you tired, and your body's dealing with the fact that it's in pain all day, which makes you tired. You don't sleep because you're hurting, which makes you tired. So all these things kind of build up, and it just makes everything worse. So, the fact that your body is always hurting, and that wears you out. It's like you might as well be working out. When you work out, you pump a lot of iron or whatever, and you're sore the next day, and that kind of makes you a little bit tired. Just imagine that every day, all the time, because it's a struggle. You have to excuse me. I'm a little sunburned, so I'm like itchy like crazy. But so when you're dealing with that and you're tired all the time, you try to go to sleep and you try to close your eyes. And I never sleep more than a couple hours, and then I'll wake up and then I'll doze back off and I'll wake up. And I wake up because I'm hurting. I'm laying on this side too long. I laid on this side too long. I laid on my stomach too long, on my back too long. It's just the nature of the beast. Your good sleep is not in the cards for me. And I can't take pain pills all night. You have to spread that stuff out. So, and I can't really, it's a struggle. So when you're dealing with that sort of thing, and then you've got a 6-year-old that you got to plan out activities for and go do things, or you want to do things with your friends. I've got a lot of friends that we've made that really mean a lot to me. I've made some really, really good friends recently, and I love to do things with them. And I want to, go out and have fun and, drink beer or whatever. But it's so hard because, I'm always fighting against myself. I don't drink beer really. I don't drink at all because I take oxycodone. And what does alcohol do? It makes you tired. I'm already tired. I don't need any help. So, it's kind of a struggle. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to go do things with them. We go to a restaurant or go somewhere, and there's the chair situation, and I can only sit in a chair a perfectly, like my chair here is really comfortable. It's a really comfortable chair, and that'll give me about 15 to 20 minutes before it starts hurting. Go to a restaurant, you sit in one of those uncomfortable chairs that doesn't have a lot of cushion. Take that to about 5 to 10 minutes, and then the pain just starts. It's like I equate it to a battery for a car. I don't know if you know this, but if you take a battery for a car and you sit it on concrete, it'll drain the battery. It'll take all the life out of the battery. That's kind of what sitting in a chair does for me. When I sit down in an uncomfortable chair or comfortable after an extended period of time, whatever that may be, I start to drain, and I'll just kind of hunch over. And, a lot of times my mom is like, "What's wrong with you?" Well, I'm hurting all the time. So that's a struggle. Now I do have a cushion. I have a really nice cushion, and I bring it with me. And that's embarrassing. Walk in a nice restaurant with a cushion, it is. It's embarrassing. But the cushion gives me a little bit more time. It might stretch it out another 10 or 15 minutes, depending on how bad the chair is. If I'm in a comfortable chair, I might get a whole 45 minutes to an hour before I'm starting to hurt. Worse, or hurt to the point of no return. And that's the other thing that you got to deal with when you're talking about somebody with chronic pain. Their pain scale is different. So when I say I start to hurt, that means the pain is about 8 or 9 or 7 or whatever. It's up there. That means the pain is inflamed. When I say I'm fine, well, that means the pain's about a 4. So I'm always in pain, but you can't sit there and talk about, you're in pain all the time. So your normal is about a 4 or a 5 in pain. That's my normal. So if I'm a 4 or 5, I'm good. But you're not really good because you're still hurting. So a lot of people don't understand that. And you got to have a good attitude. You got to stay positive. So you talk about, hey, man, I'm doing great. I feel good. Let's go to the zoo. Well, my feeling good is I'm already at about a 5. So we're going to go to the zoo. And we're going to have a good time. And I'm going to push myself. But then it's going to take me about 3 days to catch up because I'm going to be zonked after 3 days. After it is going to take me about 3 days to recover from a trip to the zoo. So you got to plan those things out, which brings me to the spoon theory. Another way I like to explain things to people is the spoon theory. Imagine if your life, your energy that allows you to do things is in a container of spoons. You have, let's just say, 20 spoons for the day. That's how many spoons you have. You're a healthy person. You're totally healthy. You don't have any spoons at all. You have unlimited spoons. Or let's say you have 1,000 spoons. A healthy person, obviously you're not going to be unlimited because you're going to hit a point to where you're tired and you need to go to sleep or you're hurting or whatever. So but let's say a healthy person, a 20-year-old person, you might have 300 or 1,000 spoons. Somebody with chronic pain might have, depending on how bad the pain is or how bad the day is, you might only have 50 or 20, or, my dad has about 5. So it just kind of depends on a lot of that. So let's kind of talk about the healthy person with 1,500 spoons versus me with about, we'll say for argument's sake, 20, just to make it easy. So the healthy non-pain person gets up in the morning, gets a shower, brushes their teeth, or cooks breakfast, brushes their teeth, gets dressed, gets Reagan dressed, gets everything ready to go, heads out, goes to work. Once they get to work, they're at their desk, they're sitting up, they're working, they're opening drawers, they're lifting files, whatever their job is. All of those things take spoons. So when you got up in the morning and you went and you made breakfast, that may have cost you 2 spoons. When you took a shower, that may have cost you a spoon. When you got dressed and got your daughter dressed, that may have cost 2 or 3 spoons. Fix your daughter breakfast. Make sure your daughter brushes her teeth. Get all that stuff done. By the time you've left the house, you've already spent 10 spoons. Then you got to go to work, and you sit in your chair, which takes about for me, takes about 3 or 4 spoons every 10 minutes. By the time you go to lunch, you're out of spoons. So now you got to go home. You go home, you crawl into bed, or if you can't, you got to go home. You got to take care of your kid. You got to feed them dinner. You're already out of spoons. You're borrowing into tomorrow's spoons. So now you're 10 spoons into tomorrow. You only started out with 20. So that means the next day you're starting out with 10. You're borrowing into the next day. That's when you start and you get to the point to where you're spent, and you got to spend 2 days in bed just to recover, to get yourself built back up on spoons. So, and that's what it's like when you're with chronic pain. It's kind of what it's like because you're living and you're managing the things you do with the energy and the pain that you can tolerate, knowing that at some point you're going to run out. Hopefully you have enough spoons to get you through the day. You run out when you go to bed, Luckily, with my situation, I've gotten pretty good at managing it so long as I'm around the house or can be around the house in the afternoon because I can take a nap. Reagan might take a nap. I'll take a nap. That'll give me a couple hours. I can build back up a few spoons maybe to make me through the second part of the day. So anyways, that's kind of what I've been dealing with. And not to make this it's not depressing. I'm not trying to be depressing or woe is me. I'm just trying to explain what it's like. I mean, it's just a fact. It is what it is. I'm very happy. I love my family. I love my life. I wish things were different, but I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm able to see my daughter grow. I'm able to help her with her homework. I joined the PTA, and with the understanding that, I'm going to do what I can do. And if I can't keep up, then, I may have to take a couple of days, work a couple hours, help them out. It's volunteers, so you can do what you can do, which is a good thing. So I'm excited about being able to help out with the PTA. But at the same time, I'm nervous because, what's it going to be like with my spoon situation? So now that you're caught up, let's talk about what's happening next week. Me and my family are taking a vacation, and I am so excited. So excited. We're going on a road trip. So what does that mean, a road trip? When you're dealing with chronic pain, how does that tie in? Well, let me tell you about number 1, pain pills. I have to have enough pain pills to get me through the month. I get, however many pain pills that I get. I know how many I take a day, and me and my doctor, we've worked it out, and my prescription will last me a month. And I get my pills for 1 month. If I run out of pills, which I haven't in a long time, I haven't run out of pills. I'm pretty good at managing that. I don't like taking them. I don't like taking pain pills. I don't like taking narcotics. I just don't. I have to. I don't have a choice, but I don't like it. So there's no way I'm going to take too many. But I do take what I need to take, and I try to hold back as long as I can until I can't hold back anymore. But because of when I filled my prescription is due to be filled next week, like on Tuesday. We're going to be out of town, and you can't just go fill a prescription for narcotics anywhere. And we're going to be out of the state. So different states have different rules. My doctor's in Texas, so the problem is I can't just go anywhere and here's a paper prescription for 300 oxycodone, pills that people sell on the black market for God knows what. So what am I going to do? Well, gosh darn it, I started to cut back, not taking as many pills to try to stretch it out to make it last, because I'm going to need more pills while we're on our vacation, doing different activities to try to keep my pain down so I can enjoy myself. without taking too many pills, but I'm going to take my full dose probably while I'm there. So I've been taking lighter doses, and I've been fretting because it's like going to be tight. Luckily, I called the doctor and they were able to get me to where I could fill my prescription a couple of days early. So on Friday, tomorrow, I'm going to fill my prescription. So thank goodness I was able to work that out. Not always is that the case. You're not always able to do that because the insurance or who knows, whatever. Luckily, since it's just a couple of days, I'm able to do it. So I'm going to have my full prescription amount of pills that I need, so I no longer have to worry about it. So today I was able to take a full dose and get, my pain is actually feeling pretty good, for like a 4, which is, obviously it's still pain, but for me, a 4 is pretty good. I am happy with that. And the great part of all this is, my doctor and the pharmacy and the insurance really came together to allow me not to have any pills while I'm on this vacation. So that's the big thing that you have to worry about when you're taking a trip. Am I going to have enough medication to allow me to take a vacation? And then a road trip, no less. So if we're going to be in a car, there goes again, sitting in the same position for extended lengths of time. That's not something I can do. So we have to make plenty of stops. So we've planned our trip to where we're drive for 5 hours and stay in a hotel. Drive for 5 hours, stay in a hotel. We're going to spread it out. So on the way there, we make all these different stops. So it's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. I'm excited. I cannot wait to go. I love road trips. I love being with my family. We're going to go visit some friends that I haven't seen in a while. So it's going to be a really great time. But I am concerned on how my pain is going to handle the road trip. But whatever it is, we'll deal with it. That's the thing you have to accept is it's not going to be perfect, but you just have to deal. This is the life that I have, and I need to make the best of it. So, I'm going to take my cushion. I'm going to wear comfortable clothing. We can stop as often as we need. Got to stay hydrated, So if I do all these things, we should be fine. We should have a great time. Sleep when we can. Like I said, sleeping's not something I do very well, but hopefully we'll be able to sleep. So that's it. We're going on this trip. We've got a real nice giant house we're staying in, or a mansion, really. It's got a game room with a pool table. It's got a big pool. I think there's pinballs, and then there's all kinds of stuff in the area. There's like a cool Nerf gun place or something, or laser tag, and I don't know. There's all kinds of great stuff. We also purchased this for the trip. And we're going to have a bull riding competition in the pool. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, odds are I'm not even going to be able to get up on this thing, but it'll be fun and embarrassing to try. So, whatever. We also got some water balloons for Reagan. So we'll have some water balloon throwing and all of that good stuff. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So that pretty much is what I've been doing, dealing with, and where we are on this channel. The other thing is, I also am growing out a beard. I grew out a beard one entire year, and you can see those videos on my page. And then I kind of trimmed it up and cleaned it up a little bit, and now I'm growing it back out. But I'm doing it in a little differently. Instead of just growing, wild and crazy and just letting it go, I'm growing but keeping it clean a little bit more. But I would like to see how long I can grow a beard. being a 3-time testicular cancer guy, I don't have a lot of testosterone. My body really doesn't produce it. It's a very small amount that I produce. So I didn't even know if I could grow a beard. Luckily I can. And, I think it looks pretty good. It's just not as long as I would like it to be. But, that just takes time. I was hoping it would be about down here, So beards, pain, vacation, that's what we're going to talk about. It's a vlog. I'm just going to talk about what I've been doing, where I've been going, talk about the different activities that we're doing. Like tomorrow is a zoo trip. We're going to go up to the zoo. Probably not going to do much walking because, again, that's really not something I can do. I'll either rent a cart, but it's so hot outside. Probably what we're going to do is just go to the splash park and let the kids have fun. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative, gave y'all some insight as to kind of what life is like with chronic pain. And I hope you will subscribe. Please hit that button and for notifications. And my goal is to do 2 videos a week. And if there's something even more or exciting or whatever, and I'll show you that as well. I just want to talk. I just want to, share my life with you guys and talk about the different things that are going on. So thanks for coming to my channel. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.